Hey guys, it's May 24th and I'm your Tuesday. And if you're watching this video, it means you're one of God's chosen children. You survived the apocalypse. Before I begin, I'd like to welcome back my co-host, Ripper.
I want a divorce.
We ain't married, you fool.
Ghetto.
Oh, bitch. I ran into an interesting letter when I was on Tumblr earlier this week, and I wanted to share it with you. I am going to read it because I'm no reporter.
There's a fucking surprise.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. What's wrong with you?
You're behaving a little like Tessa.
I'm fine. Really.
Okay, so Tony Cornish, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, he is a state representative of Minnesota, and he plans to have this constitutional amendment added in the 2012 ballots, which would ban gay and lesbian marriages in Minnesota. So let me just read a little bit of what the letter said, if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Okay. It said, this is from somebody named Stephanie. She didn't put her last name, and I can understand that. So she said, "Dear Representative Cornish, as a supporter of the Human Rights Campaign and equals rights for all Minnesota residents, I am writing to express my anger and disappointment that you would focus on a socially conservative agenda that runs contrary to Minnesota values by placing a constitutional amendment on ballot that would ban gay and lesbian couples from marrying legally, all while neglecting your duties to address the deficit, pass the state budget, and create jobs." It goes on, but the thing that kind of sticks is the fact that he responded by saying, "Give it a rest." And here is an image of the actual letter. I have a mission for all of the gays living in Minnesota. Find this guy, light a dildo up his ass, something. But you know what? Cornish isn't the only asshole in the government. Now, I couldn't, there's not enough time in the world to identify them all or to name them even. But let me just tell you the latest one that I read. And because my internet's down, I can't read you the articles. So his name is Newt Gingrich. And in case you're not familiar, his mother, actually, he had told his mother that Hillary was a bitch back when her husband was the president of the United States, and he he actually got Connie Chung fired apparently because the mom had told this to Connie Chung in confidence and she reported it. But here's the real story. He was at some kind of awards party or dinner party or some shit with his cunty little wife, and these gay activists, because they hated him. Well, besides for the obvious reasons, here's the fact that he was supporting a conservative group or conservative family or something that was anti-gay. So they glittered him and his wife. I mean, that's funny. I mean, it's hilarious, and I can't even imagine the look on his face when that happened. But it was spectacular in my opinion. We should do that more often, just for kids. Last week, I mentioned that I was excited about the Supernatural season finale. Let me tell you, the 2 hour finale sucked. Actually, I enjoyed the first hour better than the second, but the second was the most important because it was supposed to wrap up a whole bunch of crazy, wayward storylines which didn't really get resolved, in fact, or not resolved appropriately, in my opinion.
It stunk.
On that, we agree. I think I probably would have enjoyed shaving my pubes a lot more than watching these 2 episodes. It was just dreadful, but what can you do? You dedicate 22 episodes, 22 weeks out of the whole freaking year for a storyline with no direction, and it ends with no direction. I'm pissed. But I still believe in the show. I still believe in the actors, despite what people might think. So let's hope that the next season they improve. So, and I know this isn't really a gay-related situation, although a lot of people think that the characters are gay. So, but I don't personally. I leave things alone. As long as if you tell me you're not, I believe you. I'm not gonna push you. Anyways, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking down here. I'm sorry. So the other thing I want to talk about, there's another show I'm really obsessed with. My partner and I, we have these, we love watching television together, especially at night. I mean, we literally stay awake the entire night watching television in the room. Sometimes we'll watch movies, but lately we've had an obsession with Grey's Anatomy. Now we didn't watch it when it first started airing, so we've been catching up. We have literally in the past probably 2 months. We've gone through seasons 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and we just started season 5 last night. It's just so awesome. I mean, it has all this drama, and it's, I mean, I don't know. It's just like some doctor could be like, Dr. Shepard could be going to some guy's family and saying, Mr. and Mrs. So and so, your daughter is going to live. And then, like 5 seconds before the end of the episode, it's like the bitch flatline. And then there's the drama of the relationships. Oh, Derek, I know you're married, and I don't want to sound like a bitch, but I'm asking you, as a girl, to love me, choose me. And then, of course, there's the bitchy, backstabbing relationships. Oh, I love you so much. Dr. Torres, I'm sorry, but I've been cheating on you with Izzy. Well, that's too bad, because I'm a lesbian now. The thing I love about the show isn't about the fact that there's two lesbian main characters that were introduced at the end of season 4, really more season 5. It's the fact that they've talked about things like hermaphrodites, about little boys that feel like girls, and suddenly they find that the little boy has an ovary, or a little girl. There was one episode of a little girl who had a testicle, had 2 testicles, I think, attached to her bladder or something, and she felt like a boy, and she didn't know why. And it was an identity crisis because testosterone were flowing inside her body, so she was like completely whacked. She was like, I don't feel like myself and all this stuff, and she didn't know why. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Also, last night I saw, or the other, yeah, last night I saw, it was really touching. This military soldier, he had a brain tumor, and suddenly his dad was with him, and the dad had called on his best friend, who the father didn't know was also the dying soldier's lover. Anyways, the it was really touching. The dying soldier does die from the tumor, despite this miraculous uh, medicine, or supposed cure that they were supposed to administer. It wouldn't be a drama if they didn't kill people.
Whatever.
Alright, Ripper, out with it. What the hell's wrong with you?
I discovered something about myself. Something you neglected to tell me when you created me.
What?
I'm not real. I'm not human. You lied to me.